Keep your head up. Hey, sis. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Perfect timing, perfect timing. I'll put my email address in here and all my information. Diaspora. Thank you. Hey, Belinda. Belinda. Belinda Davenport. Hi. Please, everyone, tap the like. Thank you. Keep your head up. Diaspora. Hey, Miss Q7777. Hey, everybody. Abdulid, Abdulidi 733. Welcome. Greetings. Connect zero. I gotta talk to you guys. I have something to talk to you about, fam. I think you already know what it is. Just put my information in here real quick. Welcome, 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 welcome to the live stream. Decided to do a live stream. I'm coming to you from the beautiful Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. You're very welcome. Thank you. Keep your head up. Okay, I put my Cash App and my PayPal, y'all. Just in case somebody wanna bless your sister. We thank you too. You're very welcome. So decided to do a live stream and have 6 people in the room. You are very welcome. Don't forget to thumbs up the live stream. Of course, y'all know I've been doing more live streams than anything because it seems like the live streams are getting shared more than the videos. But okay, so earlier, as you guys can see, I did a video. I was out and about. I did a short, quick video, but it was kind of like urgent on my mind. Everyone knows what's going on with the America Israel attacking Iran, and several U.S. military bases have been also attacked by Iran, and they are vowing retribution. So they will definitely be striking back. So thank you. Keep your head up, sis. Thank you. But so I wanted to add to what I was saying earlier on the short video that I did. I wanted to say it in this live video in that, okay, you do know that World War III has started. You do know this means war of what the strike that the U.S. and Israel did to Iran and possibly unalive the Ayatollah Khomeini and other Iranian leaders. Now, this is a additional FYI, additional, keep your head on a swivel, additional, be mindful. This is not only inside of America, but outside. Many of us have left the West, left America, and we have repatriated, relocated, and moved to somewhere outside of America. And so we have to understand what's going on. We can't be oblivious walking around here in all these different countries, not knowing that the U.S. has made several enemies and retaliation. That's not retribution. Retaliation has been promised by the Iranians, and they have been also retaliating against the U.S. Military bases in different different allies countries. Just so happen to be in the Middle East, but they have vowed to retaliate against all U.S. military bases. So, that being said, we, as U.S. citizens, must be aware of this as we move around, as we live outside of the country. So, of course, we have to keep our head on a swivel inside the country and be aware, because you already know that the sleeper cells have arisen in America. They were already in New York talking about death to Americans. So, that being the case, for those outside of America, please go somewhere where you look like everybody. Blend in. Don't stand out as an American. Don't make it so obvious that you are an American to draw unwanted and unnecessary attention to yourself, because at the end of the day, we have nobody. We have no friends. We have nobody to help us, nobody to save us, except for our Maker, our Creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We have to move circumspectly. We have to, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So this regime has turned the whole world against America. And so the citizens will get a lot of the retribution also from everywhere. So we got to keep that in mind as we travel to different. Thank you, folks. Could y'all please thumbs up the live? You are very welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel also. But yeah, this is something that was just kind of urgent to me. This is the first thing I thought about when I saw that bombs were going off on both sides. I was like, okay, the U.S. citizens are the ones that's going to be impacted or affected. Whether you are a U.S. citizen inside of America or outside, you will be impacted or affected in some type of way. Now, it is best if you decide that you want to. I don't even know how the traveling situation is right now in the airspace with all these bombs going back and forth. But if you are in a country that has a U.S. military base, it's best for you to move far away from it or don't go to a country that has a U.S. military base. And I think I did a video about this. Already in the past, that I was saying that it's best if you go, like for me, for example, I said I did not want to be in a country that has a U.S. military base, nor what embassies you can't help, but the military bases I did not want to, because I know how this regime of making enemies, and I said this months ago, that the regime was making enemies all over the world. So you don't want to be caught in a country with a U.S. military base, and then they are a target, right? They're a target, and so that country could be dangerous. So if you are in a country that has a U.S. military base, which Tanzania does not, all praises to the Most High, but if you are in a country, keep that in mind. You may be a target. That country may be a target, because the Iranians vowed that they would attack. They would go after, to bomb or to attack the U.S. military bases all around the world. They said around the world. So if you are on the continent and you are in a country that has a U.S. military base, make sure you don't live anywhere near it. Make sure you don't live anywhere near an embassy. And if you can leave that country, I would recommend you leave that country. Just for extra added safety. I mean, you can have things pop off anywhere, but you got a threat from the Iranians that they would attack U.S. military bases all around the world. So that includes Africa as well. So if you are on the continent and you are in a country that has a U.S. military base, make sure you don't live anywhere near it. Make sure you don't live anywhere near any U.S. embassies for your safety. I knew it would get to this. I have been warning. Now, I'm not sure how travel would be if you're still trying to leave. I would say still try to make plans to leave. I don't know if everything is completely locked down yet. I don't know. If you are planning to leave, you better leave while the door is still open, while you still can, before you get stuck. See, I did say that go where you want to be stuck. Go where you want to be stuck. So, Belinda Davenport, I do feel safe here. There's no U.S. military base here. There is a embassy, but that's everywhere. But yes, I do feel safe because the U.S. don't have a military base here in Tanzania, and they can't run amok up in here. wherever they have a U.S. military base, they can run them up. Also, retribution. People like Iran, their bombs can't reach America right now, but they can reach the U.S. military bases that are close to them, and they're actually bombing those. So I do feel safe here because there's no U.S. military base here in Tanzania. All praises to the Most High. Maybe that's why this is where I was called to be, but they don't have any U.S. military bases here, but they do have one next door in Kenya, and I think there is a U.S. military base in Ghana as well. So please keep that in mind, family. You could be a target if you're in that country. Well, I ain't gonna say only you, but that country could be a target. And if you're in those countries and you live next to a U.S. military base, or if you live next to a U.S. embassy, move away immediately if you can. If you can't leave the country, at least move away from those places. Move to another area, far away from those the bases and the U.S. embassies outside of there. Now, let's talk about what about seniors on Social Security if our payments. You can't worry about that. You got to go. There are a lot of senior citizens over here. There are a lot of senior citizens all over the continent, all over in all these different countries, and you can't worry about that. You got to worry about being somewhere safe. And if you connect with other people, if something happened, we group together, we eat together, we live together. So there are communities in different places that you go. You're going to have to worry. You can't not leave just because you're worried about they're going to do something to your money. They can take all our money, but that's not going to stop us from leaving. It's not going to stop us from going somewhere where we feel safer. Most High, our God, our Creator, you have to trust Him. He gonna provide. He ain't gonna let us be out without anything. So it's a faith walk, but you gonna have to, for your safety, you have to make some decisions. You have to make hard decisions. And so you who have Social Security, you are better off than a lot of people who have left that are younger that don't get Social Security and they don't have any means of providing for themselves, but they still left. Think of the faith that person has to leave without Social Security and without any money. So it's a faith walk. You gotta walk it out. While you have the money, do what you can do with the money to get somewhere safe. That's my recommendation, because either way you go, whether you are outside and they take it or inside and they take it, it's gonna be bad. But at least outside is cheaper to survive. And you may be able to something with people where there's a farm, people have land, we can group together, eat together, take care of each other. It's going to have to be like that for all of us Black Americans when we leave America and come out. At any time, all of our money can be pulled from us, but we still have to take care of each other, look out for each other. If I got a roof, you got a roof. If I got food, you got food. We gotta do that, because these are the last days and nobody else is going to take care of us and look out for us. So yeah, we're going to have to think about that. It's a faith walk. It really is. And it's a decision we have to all make. When I left, I didn't have Social Security. I was working and I had to quit. I quit my job. So it was a faith walk for me. So like I said, if you got Social Security, you got something more than a lot of people who don't have anything. There are people who left that don't have anything. And they hustling to try to, stay on their feet or keep things going. But you get Social Security, at least you have something. So you can't sit and worry about if something happened with the Social Security. It can happen in or out. You still need to make your move, and don't let that hold you back. Don't let it hold you back. Okay, Belinda Davenport. So, but yeah, also, if you are a Black American, African American, and you live outside of America anywhere, make sure that it's hard if you live, well, not necessarily. If you're of Afro descent, I would say, try not to stand out as I'm an American, I'm an American. You don't, because the thing is, you walking down the street, you going shopping, you live in these certain places. You don't know what type of neighbors you got. You don't know what type of loyalties people have that you are living around. when you leave America. They could be down with Iran and mad at the U.S. or something like that, walking around talking about, I'm from the U.S., da 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 da. You can put yourself in harm's way. You can put yourself in harm's way. So what I say is try to blend in, try to be low key. Don't be flashy. When you leave outside of America and you go to other countries, lay low. You know what I'm saying? Be low key. You can still do your thing or whatever, but you ain't gotta broadcast it and let you out with tons of people and you I'm from America. Like we gonna have to stop that, because that can get us hurt and harmed. And you know, people get kidnapped. People can get made an example of. You don't want to be one of those people. The good thing is most people know, most of the enemies of America know that it's not the black Americans that have nothing to do with what this regime and what the Israelis are doing. They know the black people ain't got nothing to do with it, but still, for your protection, when you're outside or inside, you don't have nobody that's going to come protect you. The embassy can't do nothing for you. They just going to tell you to stay put. And nobody's going to protect you inside America as well. So you got to look out for yourself. You got to use wisdom. You got to move with discernment. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up. And share the live stream if you know anyone that's interested in this information that I'm talking about. It's very important that we understand that even outside of America, it could be dangerous for it all over the world right now, family. It could be dangerous for American citizens. So we have to move as such. We have to be low key. We got to blend in. It's best if you even relocate and move around people who look like you. More of a chance that you can walk in at the market or outside and everybody look like you, so you're not gonna stand out like, look at that American. You know what I'm saying? Only people that's gonna stand out like that is the white people, the Mizunus. They gonna stand out. They can be a target because they are white Americans, but us, we can blend in. We can be low key. We can move under the radar. So that's what you want to do. You want to live your life. You want to move outside of America. You want to, have peace. You want to be low key. You want to still do your business, land projects, farming, whatever you do, but keep it private. Discretion. Use discretion. Be careful what you share. Be careful what you say when you're out. As you're speaking loud, learn to tone it down. We talk loud. When you leave America and go to these other countries, keep your volume down. Sometimes you might want to whisper when you're trying to plan things. Like, don't be so loud and boisterous and I'm American and all. Don't. That could be dangerous at this point. Right now, family, I had to do this. That could be dangerous for us outside of America. So, and also inside. We know it's dangerous inside, but even when you go outside, even if you're not in a country that has a U.S. military base like Tanzania, it does not. All praises to this beautiful country with beautiful people, but still, you still want to be discreet. You still want to be low-key. You want to move, just silently, low-key, under the radar, mind your own black business, stuff like that, because it's going to be a lot more going on, and I don't want our people to get caught up in inside or out. I know we can't control how things happen inside, because you do know that the sleeper cells are right now in New York in America talking about death to Americans. Y'all know they saying that in America. They there already. The sleeper cells are there. So I'm talking about the people outside. You have to be mindful. Don't walk obliviously like that outside, traveling like ain't nothing going on. It's a lot going on, and it's going to affect all of us. It's going to affect the poor military, our brothers and sisters that didn't wake up and join the military. It's going to affect them. It's going to affect all Americans, inside and out. So let us use wisdom. Let us move low key. It's detrimental. Yes, it is, sis. Keep it. Yes, it is detrimental. So let's keep that in mind. I had to do this live because I wanted to talk to you so you could hear it. if you're living outside of America anywhere, move away from the embassy. Move away from any military bases. If you can leave that country that has a military base, do it. Go to another country that don't. Research countries that don't have military bases, U.S. military bases. You'd be a lot safer, because people trying to, Iran is serious. Iran is going to, they got targets that they playing target practice right now. So you don't want to be caught up in any issues. So just consider what I'm saying. Consider how you're moving. Group with people if you can. Make sure you got people's information, like whatever country you decide to go to, make sure you exchange numbers. Maybe make sure you get that person's, everybody's family members, exchange numbers with them. That's what we do in my community, or people that I'm friends with. We all got each other's families' numbers and family loved ones' numbers in the States. So if something were to happen to us outside of the States, in these countries, that we could call each other's family members. So make sure you have like a contact like that in the country that you are in, so they, everybody can be in touch with your family members and stuff. Because at the end of the day, when you leave America, your family's there and you out here by yourself. The people that you are grouping with and that you are building with or have a community with, those are like your family members. So they become your family members. So make sure that you connect, make sure you get like numbers. Like if you have children, make sure they have your children's numbers. You have parents or, any kind of close relatives, next of kin or whatever. Make sure everybody has the information for each other. So if something were to happen, you could call each other's relatives. That's very important as well. While we're talking about how to move outside of the U.S., how to be safe. At the end of the day, we are all we got, and our maker, our creator, but we have to use wisdom as well. We have to, use discernment. We have to walk, circumspectly. Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you tell your information to. You can't be so open with showing where you live and different stuff. Just use a level of discretion. Be a little bit more private, because these times are dangerous right now. And there's so many people trying to get retribution and mad at the U.S. and mad at the regime. And some people can take it out on you. You traveling all around, going through all these different borders. And people could, look at your passport and be, you can get bad treatment because of it. So keep that in mind. Try not to overreact. If you're outside of America and you go into different countries and things disturb you, things don't work out for you, things upset you, try not to overreact, because people don't have tolerance and patience with us like in the past, because of what this new regime is doing to the whole world. So just keep that in mind for protection's sake. Try to have self-control in how you handle even when you get angry, even when you get upset, things don't work out the way you expected and you expected them to, and you're outside of America. Be mindful of how you respond and how you handle difficulties and issues, right? You don't want to create unnecessary problems for yourself, especially when you left America and you're outside, right? You're not in your home country. So consider all these things if you are planning on leaving America, or if you are already living outside of America like I am. I've learned a lot since being outside of America for 5.5 years, living outside of the U.S. So I've learned a lot about security, privacy, and these devices. They can hack and track and spy and all that stuff. Keep that in mind. All these things. Keep these things in mind when it comes to your security. And this is actually inside and outside, but I'm specifically talking to those who have moved outside of America and you currently live or visiting countries outside of the U.S. It's tense right now. It's a lot going on. All these threats are being made, and bombs are being dropped, and things are happening. So for your safety, please pay attention. I'm not trying to fearmonger you, but you do need to pay attention because it's dangerous right now. This is very, very urgent on my heart when I woke up and found out about the Ayatollah Khomeini, the Iranian leader. This is really urgent in my spirit that this is a serious time for us, all American citizens, which we have nothing to, especially the black ones. We don't have anything to do with the regime and these Israelis and all that stuff. But we can be impacted. Like, look at our military. We have a lot of brothers and sisters that are in the military going to fight for lose their lives for what? Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to lose their lives for nothing. A lot of Americans are going to be impacted. So, and we, try our best to warn one another and be mindful outside that we won't, hostages can be taken, examples can be made of Americans. Like, a lot can happen outside because this has happened. So please move with that mindset. Move around these different countries as you're visiting, traveling around these different countries. Keep those things in mind, your security, and your safety, and your, keep it humble. Be modest. Keep it low key. Don't draw unnecessary attention to yourself, and you're not in America, which you still really shouldn't do it, but especially outside, because you don't know if it's Iranian people around you. You don't know if there's Iranian allies that stand with Iran. You don't know, and they may be, death to Americans, blah, blah, blah. And then you hear flexing, being prideful, talking about, look at me, I'm from America. You got to be careful with that. Be very, very careful with that, especially when you live outside of America. You don't have to be flashy and flexing. You gotta be, humble, low key, stay to yourself, keep your business to yourself, and do what you gotta do for you and your family and for your life or business or whatever, but just keep it on the low keys at this point. Keep it kind of low key at this point, because this is pretty dangerous. Like, I ain't gonna lie, family. It is dangerous in these streets as we travel internationally, because of the regime is making it so dangerous for American citizens. This regime is making it so dangerous for American citizens to inside of America and outside. So I had to do this live. I had to talk to you. It's very serious. Please take it seriously. Try to talk to your family members, loved ones, because a lot of people I see in America are like, oh, we're going to be all right. Until everybody's saying we're going to be all right until that bomb drop. Once that bomb drop, that's it. That's it. So be alert, because these people have promised to retaliate. And you do know that Russia and China are allies with Iran. You do know that, right? Okay. So this is very, very serious, and a lot of people can lose their lives. Our militaries, innocent civilians, like a lot. So as we leave America and we live outside of America, we have to keep these things in mind as we move around these different countries. Use wisdom. So that's kind of mainly what I came on to say. I wanted you to hear it from me. Like, this is a serious situation. This is very, very serious. Some people don't believe and think it's serious until until they see the bombs drop. Why do you have to see a bomb drop before you realize how serious and take it seriously that things are going on right now? Good evening at Tanzania, Tony. Good evening. Talking about how right now how dangerous it is for American citizens out internationally and inside, and how we have to move circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil, and having discernment, having wisdom, being low key. Don't draw unnecessary attention to yourself. You don't know, walking down the road or in these different countries, you don't know the language. You don't know who is with Iran and who is saying death to Americans. You don't know. So you got to move low key. Move low key. Oh, what you say that? That's good, Tanzania Tony. That's good. Hopefully it'll stay that way for a little while. But we know, and we have to move in such a way. Learn languages, whatever country you in, try to learn the language, try to blend in, try to be low key, try to not to be flashy, not to be like, I'm American, I'm from America. You don't want to be made an example of. You don't want to be, in the past. See on mine, hey, how are you? Welcome. In the past, you remember how it was in the past where they had the videos and they want to make an example and they got the videos of the Americans. You don't want to be one of them. You don't want to be one of them, right? So, be mindful how you move around in these international streets, fam. Be mindful. If you can stay put somewhere, stay put. Get you a residency permit. Get you a residency permit in one of these countries that you want, or whichever of these countries that you want to, relocate to, repatriate, resettle, and stay put. It's best if you don't really. It's really not a good time to travel around, in my opinion. But people gonna do what they choose. People gonna do what they want to do. But I don't think it's a good time to be moving around if you don't have to. If you can stay put, that might be the safest thing, just so you can be low key and stay stay out of everybody's face, okay? Because you don't know when you go to them borders and they see that passport, somebody might might want to rage on you, and you sitting there wondering, they was nice at first till you showed them that passport, then they start giving you the green eye, red eye, So you don't know what you may encounter with the way this regime is making enemies all over the world. So, and they already getting threats left and right to, bomb. Military bases have already been bombed already in the Middle East. 4 or 5, I think. 4 or 5 or something. And so the allies are even being impacted. So anyone with a military base would be considered like an ally. And so guess what? Kenya and Ghana, I think, has U.S. military bases. I think maybe South Africa. I don't know. And, I'm just hoping that stuff don't reach over here. But you just never know if loyal people loyal to Iran will do something where they act. So please be careful, be prayerful, be mindful, be humble. Don't be flashy. Don't be drawing unnecessary attention to yourself. Just try to move under the radar if you can. Under the radar if you can. See, on Mont said, I've had a few dreams about what's coming, so that's why I want to explore my, yes. When I heard about the Ayatollah Khomeini, I was like, that can't be right. That can't be serious. Like, my heart sank. I was thinking, this is really bad. This is really bad. Because these people are loyal. They will take themselves out to take out other people that they want to take out. So, this is unsafe for everybody, family. It's unsafe for you inside and it's unsafe for you outside. It's just unsafe altogether. None in South Africa, thank you. Oh, good. Deed to Paradise. That's very good. I wasn't sure if it was the one there. That's good. I always said, and I've done videos and I've done lives, and I said, I don't want to be in a country with a U.S. military base. I barely want to be in a country with a U.S. embassy, but they everywhere. I don't want to be in a country with no U.S. military base because I already knew that this regime was making way too many enemies for me. And I'm like, I don't want to be in no country like that, because when they get to going crazy on the U.S., I don't want to be nowhere around. That's the theme. You don't want to be around these bases if you can help it. If you live by one, move far away. If you live by embassy, move far away. I think I said that before. Don't live nowhere near one, because at this point, they definitely ain't safe. They can be target. They can be target. So yeah, we have to consider these things as we travel around internationally. Yes, we're happy to be out of the U.S. Yes, we feel free. We love peace. We feel safe. But things can pop off anywhere. And I said that. Things can pop off anywhere. Look what's going on in Mexico. Look what's going on in Dubai. People stuck. And the airport is all, blown up or whatever. So things can pop off anywhere at this point. Everything is volatile, but you can use wisdom in the countries you go to, the places you go to. Of course, stay out of large crowds in America. Hopefully you know that by now. In America, stay away from large crowds. Stay at home. Get your food and stay at home. Stop hanging out, because it's not safe outside no more. It's not safe. And it may not even be safe inside, as a matter of fact, in America. Yes, it's wise not to be near any of the good. That's right. Move far away. That's right, deed to paradise. I said that a long time ago, because the one here in Tanzania and the one in Kenya was already, the U.S. Embassy in Kenya and Tanzania was already bombed. I think it was in the 90s, in 1990s. It was in the 90s, I think. It was bombed before, so it won't be the first time that the Kenyan and Tanzanian embassy was bombed before. So yeah, we gotta, when they beefing with other countries, and we outside, we gotta keep that in mind. We gotta be careful how we move. We gotta blend in, be low key, speak the other language so people won't even know. Like I speak Swahili and English mixed together, and a lot of people think I'm Kenyan. Yeah, a lot of people think that I'm from Kenya, because Tanzania say Kenyans speak both. They mix English and Swahili, and that's what I do. So they never know I'm from the U.S. unless I tell them. So, and I don't tell them. I've been stopped telling people I'm from the U.S. Sometimes they'll say, "Are you from Southern Africa?" I'll say, "Why?" Sometimes I shouldn't lie, but sometimes I might be like, yeah, because I really don't know where my lineage come from. I feel like maybe East Southern Africa, but yeah, I never tell them I'm from the States, never, because this man makes too many enemies. I don't want people to know I'm from there. I don't need nobody being mad at me, getting upset with me, giving me attitude because of what he doing. Deed to paradise. Yes, you gotta learn Kosen Zulu. I'm learning Kiswahili. Yes, you gotta try to learn that language, try to blend in. Yes, I've been told that, deed to paradise. I look like the Xhosa people. Even Tanzanians ask me if I'm from Southern Africa. So that's all I say. They say, are you from Southern Africa? When I speak Swahili English, are you from Southern? Sometimes I say, yeah, I know I shouldn't be lying. Sometimes a lot of times I feel guilty, and then I say, no, I do say that I'm from America, but I really don't like to tell people that. And at this point, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna be telling nobody. I'm from those states. I'm gonna be like, I'm from the continent. It ain't like I'm lying, because I am from the continent. Yeah, they won't be getting that. They won't be getting that U.S. from me. I won't be saying that. I'm gonna be saying somewhere on the continent, somewhere in the southern region. I'm from the southern region. From the southern region, Southern Africa region. And then I won't be like really telling a lie. So, but yeah, we gotta be mindful of these things. Make your plans. Hopefully people who wants to leave America, they can still leave. Hopefully they will allow you to travel. I don't know how the airspace and are they allowing commercial planes to fly still. I don't know. With all these bombs flying all over the place, I don't know. Yep, that's right. So, yeah, you won't hear me telling nobody I'm from America no more. I'm gonna be like, Southern Africa. Yeah, I don't need nobody giving me no problems because they think I'm from Mazunga land. Mm-mm. Yeah, they got too many enemies. I don't want them to think I'm from with I live with the Epstein crew. I don't agree with the Epstein crew. Yes, I was raised there, but I never agreed with the Epstein crew. Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't need people to think I'm down with the Epstein crew. I'm not. Never have been. I've been knew that they was, wicked, dark, and demonic like they are. I've been knew that, but nobody believed us when we was trying to tell people the truth. This tongue keeps its life, its wisdom. Yes, survival skills. Yes, when you out and about and you traveling internationally, family, don't speak loud English. Don't speak loud English. We talk loud. I know I used to be real loud. I'm still loud, but when I'm out, I'm learning how to keep the volume down. I know, keep the volume down. I basically talk with a whisper when I'm out, especially if I speak English and I'm in a crowded place. I'll talk like this. Dada, can you tell me? That's how low I be talking. I don't want everybody turning around looking at me. I don't want nobody to know that I can't speak Swahili. That's why I be trying to mix English and Swahili together with the words I know, and they will never know you're from America. So you can blend in wherever you move, especially if you move to a country that's African. You can blend in. These are very guys. Hello, yeah, you can blend in. Because believe me, a lot of times they can't believe I'm not Tanzanian. They can't believe I'm not from the continent. Which I am, but they can't believe I'm from America when I really tell them. They say, you look Tanzanian. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I am. So, but you can you put that African. I know that's right. Yes, you put that African accent on. Yes, that's what I do. When I'm out and I do speak English here in Tanzania, they say, when they speak English, they say hello. They don't say hello. They say hello. And so I say hello. And then they ask me where I'm from. And they say it so aggressively. They're like, where are you from? And I'm like, where do you think I'm from? They're always like, where are you from? They say it so aggressively. I'm watching them Nigeria. I'm learning the slang and everything. Oh, good. These are paradise. Good. I be getting it down pat. Yeah, I have it down pat. Excuses. Excuses. I'm telling y'all, even when I speak English, I don't use the English. I don't speak the U.S. English accent. I speak the African English accent. Yeah. I'd be like, Dada. Even if I don't know how to say something, I still mix Swahili in there. So I always call the sisters Dada. I always call the brothers Kaka. I don't say brother and sister. I say Dada. I don't know. I don't know. What is this? I have a problem. They say I have a problem. That's what they always say. They say there's a problem. That's how they say it. So I say it the same way. Like I think I think the Tanzanians learned the UK English. They don't learn the Black American English. They learn the UK English. So there's a problem. Yes, I have a problem. Yes, problem. Yes. So I just speak it how they speak it. The way that they pronounce certain things, I just pronounce it the same way. So yeah, as to not, stand out as, a Black American. Not that I'm ashamed or anything, but me personally, I move around a lot and I do a lot of things by myself, and I like to blend in. I don't like to be seen. I'm in a place where it's like a lot of people and I like to be everybody to turn around and look at me. And sometimes that happens here in Tanzania. If you go to a place and it's like a restaurant or it's a lot of people there and you start speaking English, everybody stop and they turn around and they start looking at you. I don't like to be looked at like that. So if I go a place and I can't say it in Swahili, I will whisper it. I'll be like, Dada, can you tell me what this, I start whispering. I don't speak loud. I whisper. Low key, I be in their ear like, Dada, what is this? Like, I speak that low. I don't want people turning around looking at me like, where is she from? Because that could be, I just don't like that. I like people to think that I'm a Tanzanian and I'm blending in and they're not looking at me no different than how everybody look at each other. I like to be looked at like, I like to be not paid attention to, basically. So if I go somewhere and my head is wrapped and they see my hair, they'll kind of look. But if my head is wrapped and I go somewhere, nobody pays any attention to me. But if I start speaking English, then they'll look. Or if they see my hair, then they'll look. But other than that, if I cover my head, I blend right in. Because I speak, Kidogo Swahili, Kidogo's little Swahili, Poli I'm learning slowly. So if they start really talking and it's a lot, I'll just say Kidogo Kiswahili. Like I speak very little Swahili, Poli, like I'm learning slowly. So I tell them and they say, oh, okay. And they smile. Sawa, that's okay. Oh, okay, sawa. So they understand that, why many diaspora leave. Miss Kate. Hi, Miss Kate. Why many diasporas leaving? Why are many diasporas leaving Tanzania or leaving America? Because a lot of us are leaving America for obvious reasons. You see what's going on with Iran right now. The same terrorism that is happening to Iran happens to Black Americans. That's why we're leaving there. But TZ, if they are leaving, TZ is because Tanzania, it's probably because different reasons. They may not have they might not be able to stay long term. They may not be able to get like a residency permit to stay long term, or maybe they don't have the income to be able to. That's usually the problem, especially with younger people that are not retired. They don't get like a retirement income, then they can't sustain themselves. So they usually can't stay. They can visit, but they may not be able to stay long term. They have to have streams of income, some ways to provide for themselves. So sometimes that may be a reason why a lot leave, because of the financial burden, where they can't maintain, they can't take care of themselves. So I usually recommend people to try to find streams of income, like, online jobs or, businesses that you can do online, different talents you might have. You might have skills that you can, teach people, and, different skills that you might have. Sometimes it's hard for people to figure out how they can make it. So that's why a lot of people have to leave sometime. Yeah, that too, Deed to Paradise. Sometimes people travel, they visit different countries to see which one resonates with them. So they'll come to Tanzania for 90 days, then they may go to Kenya, they may go to Ghana. So they may travel all around to find a place that they feel comfortable, and then or sometimes they travel around to the countries that may allow them to stay long term, and it may be easier to stay in some country than it would be able to. They may be able to stay here in Tanzania. It might be a struggle to stay here, but they may leave here and go to Kenya and can stay, or go to Ghana and can stay, or go to South Africa and can stay. So it's a matter of moving around to find out what country resonates with you, and if you can financially be able to, take care of yourself in these different countries. So it's a lot when you leave your home country and go to another country. It's this the whole immigration piece that, a lot of us, especially Black Americans, because a lot of us haven't really had a lot of experience on the continent, in different countries, and how to stay long term. So it could be a challenge to try to figure out how you can stay. And so sometimes people run out of money. Sometimes they got to go back, save money, work, start. Some people go back and forth. So it's different. Different people have different reasons that they leave. Yeah, that's right. So it just so happened for me here in Tanzania, it's worked out for me. I thought I was going to leave at one point and move to Ghana. I'm sorry, and move to Zambia. But when I went to Zambia, I really like it. I really liked Zambia, and the people are so similar to the Tanzanians. The Zambians and the Tanzanians are very similar in their temperament, and they have the same spirit. They're very laid back, and they're very nice and kind. And so I like Zambia as well. But Zambia is landlocked, and I felt the difference when I was in Zambia. You know, I was like, I'm missing Tanzania. So I was like, oh, and when I was in Zambia, I was just thinking about Tanzania. So I was like, I think I'm going back to Tanzania. And so, but Zambia is my second choice. Zambia is a beautiful country. And it's kind of underrated because a lot of people don't really go there. But Zambia is a nice country. And Zambia is a beautiful country. Yeah, Zambia. Yeah. Zambia I liked Zambia. And Lusaka, their major city is fire. They got some nice malls. It almost put me in the mind of Nairobi a little bit, the development. Real paved roads, and they got street signs like somebody said it reminds Lusaka, Zambia remind them of the suburbs of Chicago. I'd never been to the suburbs of Chicago, but I had a girlfriend that did, and she said that's what it reminded her of. But Lusaka is nice. They got nice malls. They got really, they still got the culture there. You know, you have the ladies that still wear the cultural clothes, just like in Tanzania. They still speak their language. They do speak English, so like the advantage. In Zambia is they speak English. They speak English and they native languages. And I don't know, I just like the people. They laid back, just like Tanzanians. They got that same vibe. They got that same chill, poly, real friendly. Like, yeah, Zambia. I like Zambians and I like Tanzanians. So I like both of those groups of people a lot. I like their temperament and their personalities. Yeah, Zambia is nice. I ain't gonna lie. I went there like I was so close to moving, but my heart, Tanzania was like I just couldn't stop thinking about Tanzania. I was missing Tanzania when I was in Zambia, and I was like, oh, I miss Tanzania. And Zambia was cooler. Zambia, well, I say Tanzania and Dar because I've been in Dar. Dar is the hottest region, and it's hot, but I like the heat. So, but it's tropical. It's hot and tropical. And Zambia is like Lake Victoria. So it's like, it has Lake Victoria, but Zambia was like swampy. It was kind of swampy when I was riding through, because I rode the bus. And it was real swampy. And it's a lot of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. You know the mosquitoes are bad. When you go to Zambia, in the hotel I stayed in, they had a can of mosquito spray. You know the mosquitoes are bad when they have the spray in the room. And the mosquitoes in Tanzania not half as bad as the ones in Zambia. I thought that the mosquitoes would be worse in Tanzania in Dar because it's hotter. No. Those mosquitoes in Zambia will carry you away. They will carry you away. They are massive. But they do have that spray. They have really good bug sprays. Like, so what I would do is I would spray the room, I would spray the hotel room, close the door, I would spray the room, close the door, let it air out, and then I would go in and go to bed, and it would clear the room out. So that's what you could do. Because I didn't notice that they had a lot of mosquito nets like they do in Tanzania. Tanzania have a lot of mosquito nets in different places, but in Zambia, the place I was staying in, they didn't have mosquito nets. Maybe they do in other places, but I feel like they need them. Because those mosquitoes in Zambia, I think also because it's cooler, it's swampy, and it's just like a different type of water. And yeah, but Zambia is nice. It's nice. Lusaka was nice. And they have, in Zambia, in Zambia, they got their fruit is they look, I forget the name, but I forget what they call them in Zambia, but they look like tangerines, but they're like the size of an orange. So you know how tangerines in America are small, but Zambia, that's like one of their like native fruits, but it's a tangerine, but it's big. And when I say that thing is juicy and sweet, ooh, I was eating them every day. Just like here in Tanzania, they got the mangoes during times, and they got the pineapple. Like they got all kind of fruit, but Zambia got those. I don't even know what you call them in over there, but it was the ladies who was walking around every day with them on their head. I would get several a day. They so sweet and so good. They look like tangerines, but they big like an orange, and they so good. You peel them, woo, they was good, y'all. What's the cost of living in Zambia compared to 10? You know, let's see, because in Zambia it's kwacha. So I would say that when I went, the value of the U.S. dollar is stronger in Tanzania than it is in Zambia. So Zambia is a little bit more expensive when you're talking about U.S. dollars, right? It's more expensive because of the value, but the cost is reasonable in Zambia because everything is still reasonable. It's I would say Zambia's prices are compared to Tanzania's are kind of like the same when it comes to like rentals and food and stuff like that. But of course, you're going to pay more if you have the U.S. dollar because the value of the kwacha is not as good as the value of the T shilling. So, but it's still affordable, very, very affordable. Both of them are way more affordable than the U.S. Both of them, and both of them are affordable. Like you can find good rentals. We had some people that had places over there in Zambia. They pay around about the same amount that you can get a nice, affordable place here in Tanzania. Same, it's like comparable in terms of like the prices for rentals, but of course you're gonna pay a little bit more, like I said, because if you do look at the currency converter and convert, 1 USD to 2,500 T shillings, and then 1 USD to the kwacha, I forget the value. You're gonna see that the value, the USD is not as strong in Zambia, but you can still do a lot with it. It's not real expensive. It's still good value. Like Zambia is a good country. I ain't gonna lie. If I didn't love Tanzania so much, my next choice would definitely be Zambia. Now I did go to Ghana. I went to Ghana during 2019 during the year return, and I stayed for 2 weeks, and I fell in love with Ghana. Hi, Nicole Swartz. Hi, welcome. I fell in love with Ghana. That's my first time on the continent. I went in 2019. Then year return, I stayed for 2 weeks and I did the whole tour: Slave Castle, Slave Dungeon, Slave River, Nkrumah's mausoleum, W.E.B. Du Bois's house. I did the whole thing and I fell in love. I just knew I had to go back to the States and work, but when I left, I just knew I was going to move to Ghana. I was just making my plans. I was like, okay, I'm going to move to Ghana. I'm going to live there. Plans changed because in my spirit I felt like I needed to, because people kept telling me online on Facebook that I look like South Africa, like I look like the Xhosa in Southern Africa. People kept telling me that, so I said I think I need to visit South Africa. So that's why I was like, yeah, Arusha is cooler. Keep your head up. Arusha is cooler. Do you have sea grapes in Tanzania? I don't know what sea grapes are. In Tanzania, I've seen they have those purple grapes, those real purple grapes. They look like Welch's grape juice, that real purple, and they got 3 seeds in each one. They grow those here, and they are so good. They so good. You can taste them. They're real rich. And they are so good, but I don't know what you call them. I know that I just say the purple grapes, and they got seeds in them. They have vineyards, with those grapes. So, but Ghana was nice. Let's see. I just when I went to Ghana, I just felt like my tribe wasn't there. I love Ghana and I wanted to move there, but then I didn't feel like maybe my ancestors sojourned here because I didn't feel like I looked like the Ghanaians. Like I always was like the lightest person all the time. I just didn't feel like I looked like the Ghanaians. I felt like maybe I should like visit other places where I look more like the people. And but I loved it. Everybody was so nice. They were so friendly. They was like Akwaba, just like in Tanzania they say Karibu, Karibu, like welcome. Everywhere you go, Karibu, Karibu. In Ghana, it's Akwaba, Akwaba. Everywhere you go, it's Akwaba. And in Ghana, when I went, one thing I could say, I was always, it's like when I went, I was seeing like everywhere I went, I was always the lightest person, but I can tell you, they knew I was black. They never called me Obruni. Obruni is Mzungu. Obruni is like white person. They never called me that because at the time I had an afro too. They knew they could look at me, they knew I wasn't white. But I believe they thought I was from South Africa. I believe they thought that I was from South Africa. Everybody thinks I'm from South Africa. So I think they thought I was from South Africa. So they never called me Obruni, which I was glad about. Because I'm like, I don't want to be called a white person. I don't like that. Even here in Tanzania, the few times I could say I've been here 5.5 years. And I think I've been called Mzungu maybe 4 or 5 times since the 5 years I've been here. But not that I was white, but I believe they were saying the price. They wanted to give me the Mzungu. No, Mzungu price. They was wanting to give me the Mzungu price because I didn't speak English. I mean, I speak English. So that's when I was like, I gotta learn this language. Because I don't want the Mzungu price. Yeah, purple and small. Yes, they have those here. They are so good, Deed to Paradise. Those grapes, those are like my favorite grapes. They are delicious. I even keep the seeds. So when I get some land, I'm going to plant the seeds. When I get finalize what my land going to be, I'm going to plant them seeds. I got the seeds. I keep all my seeds, y'all. I keep all my seeds. And it's a lot of seeds here. So you don't even have to buy seeds. You could just eat the fruits and stuff and just keep your seeds. And that's what I do. I got seeds from soursop. I got seeds from dates. I got seeds from those grapes. I got seeds from limon, limes. I got seeds from, what else I got seeds from? Let's see. What you call those things? Tamarind. I had got some tamarind because a brother that we know, a African-American brother, married a Tanzanian sister, and they have they got like a farm, organic farm in here, and I went to visit them, and they gave me this big old thing of a tamarind, and it has the little seeds after you eat it, and I got all those saved. I got a lot of seeds, so I'm not gonna really have to buy a lot of seeds because I keep all my seeds. Yeah, Ghana was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I just felt like that my tribe wasn't there, but they treated me good. They treated me, and the food, mwah, the food was chef's kiss. The food was delicious. The food was like soul food and Jamaican food all mixed together. The seasoning was mwah, perfect. Everything was like flavorful. Their food is very flavorful. See, here in Tanzania, they like the natural flavor of food, so they don't use a lot of seasonings in their food, which I like that too. It's more natural, and it actually is healthier for you because they don't use a lot of salt and seasoning stuff. They might use a little salt and pepper, but you got to have your own, like, you got to make your own, like, Seasonal or Lowry's or whatever we used to use in the States. You got to make your own. You just got to get a whole lot of seasonings, and you got to doctor your stuff up. But they do have garlic powder, onion powder. They got all these different seasonings. You just have to spruce your food up. But in Ghana, that food, that food is on point. And I like their, I like all of the African countries, their Mzungu price. I know. I tell them no Mzungu price. I say, I went to the fruit stand, and this young girl was telling the people that was over there with her. She said something something Mzungu, right? So I ain't say nothing. I wait till she finish. I wait till she finished like talking to them, and when she came back to give me my fruit, I said, "Dada." I was whispering. I said, "Dada." I said, "Dada's sister." I said, "Dada." I said, "I'm not Mzungu." And she said, "Huh?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm African. I'm not Mzungu, Dada." I said, "I just can't speak Swahili right now." I said, "But no, I'm not Mzungu, Dada. I'm African." She said, "Okay." She started laughing. She started laughing. I don't get mad. I just tell them. I say, "No." I say, "No Mzungu." I say, "African. I'm African." They say, "No Mzungu." They start laughing when I say that. They give me a good price too. I ain't gonna lie. They give me a good price. Yeah, farming is gonna be so important, so important. So, but yeah, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and it's been a beautiful experience. I'm like, speaking more Swahili, and I'm learning different words and interacting. You hear them laughing. I'm interacting, and you have good things and you have bad things. But me, y'all notice. I don't know if y'all watch the channel, but y'all notice when I do videos and I don't never talk about the bad stuff. And the reason that I don't talk about the bad stuff is because I feel like here in Tanzania, for me, I feel like the good outweigh the bad. So you have the bad stuff, but then with the good stuff together, it seems like the good stuff outweigh the bad stuff for me. So that's why the bad stuff is not a massive, major conversational piece for me, because the good stuff I always look at it like Lowry's right. I always look at it like it could be worse. So, for example, a lot of concerns that people usually have, or when they leave America and they go to different countries, is the Mzungu price, is the foreigner price, right? In Mzungu, or foreigner price, that you're going to get charged higher prices. But the reason that I don't fall apart with that is because one thing I realized is that you can always walk away. You can always say no, right? The thing at the end of the day, family. It is your money. It's your money. You can decide if you want to pay a higher price or you don't. Nobody can force you to pay a higher price. You can decide. Okay, they give you this price. If it's too high and you know it, you can say, "Hapana Asante." That's what I say. "No, thank you. Hapana Asante." You can say "Hapana Asante" and walk away, or you can negotiate. You can say a lower price. You can no. I say "Kaka" or "Dada," brother or sister. No, and I'll say another price, and then they say no, and I say no. I say so it's a negotiation type of thing. So you don't have to really give your money if you choose not to. If you feel like it's unfair, you can walk away. Sometimes you do get put in a trick bag where they be slick with you, and you don't always know, and sometimes you overpay, but then you remember and you think, no problem. Next time you won't go back. You don't go back to that person. You make it a point. I make it a point. That's what I do. I don't get mad, but I make it a point that I will never go back to that person because they overcharge me or whatever the case might be. So it's not something that I'm going to fall apart. I hate this place, and I need to go back to America because you've been overcharged. Come on now, it could be worse. You could be called the N-word, but people don't some people do fall apart about that, but it's not that bad. So that's something that I guess coming from where I'm from in America and how bad we are treated, the bad experiences that I have outside of America has never been as bad as the bad experiences I've had inside America for me in the treatment that I get in America. So that's why I don't normally make a big deal about things that happen on the continent, whether it was in Ghana, whether it was in Tanzania or Zambia or wherever I go. I don't make a big deal about the bad things or the negative things, because it's so much more negative stuff that happened to me in America than anywhere else. So that's why I don't really make videos about all the bad things that happened to me. I mean, if you look on my channel, you've seen that certain things did happen to me in the past, but it hasn't been like a devastating want to go back to America situation for me. Never. It's never been something like that. Right. Nothing like living, right, Deed to Paradise, I Carter. Yeah, nothing like living in Babylon. So I get treated beautifully in Tanzania. I get treated beautifully in Ghana. I get treated beautifully in Tanzania. I got treated beautifully in Zambia. You know, I mean, I got every country I've been to on the continent, I got treated beautifully. Like they treat me good. I get treated good. Yeah, that's why I don't want to leave. They treat me good. I get good treatment. I get royalty treatment, and it's not only because I'm from America, because sometimes they don't even know. Because when I'm out, y'all know I be wrapping my head up. When I'm outside, I wrap my head up. They don't be knowing all the time. So Tanzanians are very nice and respectful. And actually, most continental Africans are. Most continental Africans all across Africa, except I'm talking about the Africans. I'm not talking about the North African people that took over the North African country. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about the sub-Saharan African people. They have good. They're good people. They've been raised well, and they are very respectful. And you know, you have some bad apples, but for the most part, they have manners, and they treat you they real respectful, and they treat you good. They do treat you good. I ain't gonna lie about that. I like how they treat me. They treat me good. They help me. It's nowhere. I'm by myself a lot, right? By myself a lot, solo person, and it's no place that I can't go that I'm not gonna get help. I go to the grocery store, they gon' help me whatever I need. They gon' walk my basket out. They gon' try to help me load my grocery. Like, I get so much help. I don't have to ask for help. In America, you got to beg for help. People will see you struggling, and they will not help you. One time, y'all, my baby was young. I got a son, and when he was young, a toddler. Was he a toddler? No, he was even. Yes, he was. No, he was 6 months. He was 6 months, but he was big, right? He was a big baby, and I had a cart. I was at the store. I had a cart full of food stuff, and I had him in the arm, and I had a cart. I was struggling, trying to get my cart and put the stuff on the counter, and I had him. Everybody was sitting there watching me. Nobody helped. And even after she rang my stuff up and put my stuff in the cart, I still had him. And he was heavy. And I had the cart. I had to carry him and push the cart I didn't have no help. Here, that's unheard of. That's unheard of. They're going to help you. They're not going to allow you. They're going to grab that baby out your arm. They love children. Everybody going to help you with your kids. And they're gonna help you. You're not gonna be struggling by yourself, carrying bags and all that, suitcases. Don't you get an Uber or a Bolt and you got luggage? They're gonna help you with it. They're gonna help you with your luggage. They're not gonna let you sit there and struggle with it. So I like that. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't have nothing bad to say. You know, you're gonna meet some people that you're gonna meet. That's right. Keep your head up. That's love. That's a good thing. You're gonna meet some people that don't vibe with you, right? You're gonna meet some people that don't care for you. You know, they might sense that you're not from there, and they may not care for you, or they may not be as friendly or whatever. it's okay. Like, that's not something that I'm going to, it's so peaceful, you always look at rest. Yeah. That's not something that I'm going to be like disgruntled about. You know what I mean? Everywhere you go, everybody's not going to like you. Even in America, people don't like you. So when you come here to the continent, everybody might not like you, but it's okay. You ain't everybody's cup of tea. I ain't everybody's cup of tea. Everybody don't like my personality, so they may not watch my channel. They may not subscribe. It's okay. It's not worth me having a meltdown because people ain't vibing with me. If they ain't vibing with you, they ain't vibing with you. It's okay. It's other people out there that they can vibe with, so they vibe with who they feel like vibing with. But it's not worth you falling apart and saying that all Africans don't like me because you met somebody that don't vibe with you. You met somebody that was rude to you. You met somebody that overcharged you. And you're not going to generalize and say, oh, this person don't like me. So I don't do stuff like that because I already know it's an individual thing. Everybody don't be feeling you like that. Everybody don't be vibing with you like that. And it's okay. It ain't nothing personal. It's just how it is sometimes. So that's why I don't make a big deal about that. I don't make a big deal about people feeling like, sometimes people feel like, Tanzania, if they from Tanzania, it's their country. And sometimes they be looking at you like, you in my country, something. Sometimes people look at you like that, but I don't be paying them no attention. I mean, because they looking, they ain't saying nothing. They ain't gonna say nothing. They just be looking at you. They might be a little rude or whatever. Just keep it moving. I be like, okay, peace. Like I don't hold no grudges. I just be like, okay, we ain't vibing like that. I'm not your cup of tea, and you sure ain't my cup of coffee. Peace. That's how I do. I be like, peace out. I don't waste energy on people who ain't like that with me. But you got more people who Karibu Sana. You are very welcome. You got more of that than anything. So that's why I don't make a big deal about these little negative things. Yeah, keep it moving. Yeah, keep it. Everybody ain't gonna vibe with you. Everybody ain't gonna like how you look. They ain't gonna like how you wear your hair. They ain't gonna like how you talk. They ain't gonna like how you built. So what? What that mean? Is that gonna stop you from fulfilling your call, purpose, in this earth, or doing what you doing here, or doing business? Well, that's not gonna stop nothing. It ain't gonna stop nothing. I look at it like the continent is my home too. I'm African too. Like, yeah, I was stolen away over 400 years ago. Yeah, I was taken to America, enslaved by my enemies, but I'm coming back home to the continent, and I'm here. I feel like the continent my home too. Even though I got this blue passport, I feel like the continent is my home too. Wherever I put my foot, Zambia is my home. Tanzania is my home. Ghana is my home. Probably, but this is South Africa. Fall in love with South Africa. South Africa, my home. Wherever I lay my foot, that's my home if I like it. I'm from the continent too. No, I don't know my tribe yet. I don't know my, I lost all that. But my DNA, my blood, and my ancestors' blood run through my veins. We got the same blood. They know their spirit, our spirit, that resonates where we from. They know I'm from here somewhere. So I don't be feeling no kind of way. I know I'm at home. So I don't let people make me feel, you don't have no culture. You Black American, you don't believe this. That don't do nothing to me because I already know my spirit already resonates that I'm at home. So nobody can tell me otherwise. That's right. We live in our best life. Right. That's right. So I don't be in my feelings about stuff like that. That's why I don't do videos about that. That's why I'm always happy and I'm always like doing positive videos because it's nothing really negative to really talk about because I don't be paying that no attention. I be overlooking ignorance, family. Come on now. Y'all know that. You know how we was raised growing up. You know how your parent might have taught you. Ignore ignorance. You come in here trying to, you got a purpose for what you trying to do, and you're not going to be paying attention to people that's making a big deal about something that's not a big deal or disturbing your what you got going, what you trying to do. Like, yeah, I don't let people disturb what I'm trying to do. So it don't make me feel down. These glasses actually I can see better in. But yeah, so that's why I don't really do negative videos. It's not that I'm hiding the negative things that happen to me. Some people feel like if you don't talk about the negative things that happen to you, that you are trying to hide stuff. But it's not. It's not nothing that affects me. Nothing that affects me. Nothing that people do like negative affect me like how I'm affected by white people in America. They make me angry. Like they push my buttons. They the one provoke me and make me want to lose my mind in terms of doing something violent to them. But see, I don't get that on the continent. Nobody don't provoke me like that. Even if they don't feel, even if they don't vibe with me, I don't get provoked like that. Because first of all, Tanzanians are good people, and they not like that. They don't provoke you like that. They're very friendly people, and they be about their business. They mind their own. Basically, they mind their own business. They like how we mind your own black business. They do that. They don't bother you. So you might encounter somebody that's rude or short with you or whatever, but it ain't nothing but a chicken. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. You keep it moving. Don't take everything so personal. So that's what I do. I guess I got tough skin. I would say I got tough skin. I don't take stuff personal because growing up, I was kind of bullied a little bit because I was tall and skinny, so I was kind of bullied. And, so people used to say all kind of stuff. So I got tough skin. You got to say a lot to make me angry. So little stuff don't really, a lot of times I don't even be paying attention to it. People have to tell me, did you, like when I'm with people, if somebody's rude or somebody is kind of like out the way to me, somebody have to tell me, did you notice how, they have to ask me, and I'll be like, no, I ain't pay attention. I don't even be paying attention to stuff like that because I'm focused on trying to do something, right? You going like I might be meeting with somebody at a cafe, right? And they consulted with me, and I meet with them, and we might be talking about business or something like that. So if I'm going to meet with them and I'm ordering a cafe latte and I'm sitting down, I'm not even paying attention to people really. I'm just like trying to drink my coffee. I'm thinking, I'm looking at my phone. Like I'm not really looking at people that's around me a whole lot. And then, so when something happened, people sometimes got to tell me, did you see how so-and-so this person said, or they looked at you, this? I'm like, no, I ain't even pay attention to it. I don't be paying attention to it. That's why I'm like, I don't let stuff bother me like that, because I feel like I got more important things I'm trying to do. Y'all know I'm trying to work on a project. I'm trying to acquire this land. I'm trying to do all this stuff. I'm not even paying attention to little stuff like that. Like, it's like going over my head. It's just not even worth my, like, my thought, my mind, my thought. Because I got stuff I'm trying to do. I meet with people. I'm trying to help them get established. I'm teaching them about the phone and SIM cards and how to, apartments and rentals and their residency permits, and they got to leave or whatever. I'm trying to teach them about stuff. I don't even be paying attention to the other stuff. I don't. So that's why I guess that stuff don't really, little stuff like that, I don't even really pay attention to. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, my mind is focused. Keep your head up. My mind is so focused that I'm not really noticing the little things. I'm just focusing on trying to get this object. I have this, what you call it? Object. What do you call that? Objective. The objective. I'm focusing on the objective. And so when I'm focusing on the objective, in my mind I got like A, B, C, and D. Okay, so I'm so focused on A, B, C, and D, making sure this person know, okay, you gotta, just understanding like how to function, the language, the apps they need, I'm doing all this stuff. I don't even notice some stuff. I just don't, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I be a little oblivious in some stuff. I mean, I pay attention when it comes to safety and security, but when it comes to little stuff like somebody looking at you, or somebody, like somebody being rude, if it's not really obvious, I don't even. It's like I don't pay attention to it. So that's why I don't really do videos like that. Everything is so good. I'm happy. It's peaceful. I have peace because that's what I'm feeling. I'm like going by how I feel. And so when I do the videos and I'm like, the beautiful Dar es Salaam is so peaceful. I feel free. I feel safe. I feel this. Even though we had a pop off, y'all know, during the elections, but I still didn't feel scared. I felt nervous because I didn't know what was going on. But when I found out what happened, I felt sad. I felt more sad about it because it's such a beautiful, peaceful country. I mean, I would feel the same way if it happened in Zambia. I would feel the same way if it happened in Ghana, because beautiful country, beautiful people, and you don't like to see stuff happening to people like that. But other than that, beautiful. I don't have no negative, nothing. I haven't even thought about going back to America, y'all. I've been here 5.5 years. Haven't even thought about going back. I don't miss it because of the bad treatment I got from being around these white people. Like I kind of fell out of love with America. I don't even know if I ever was in love with it, but I mean, I was raised in it. But just because you're raised in it don't mean you love it. I was raised in it, and I didn't have a choice, right? I didn't have a choice but to be there. But I did not like the way. Do they have movie theaters in Dar? They do have a movie theater. They do have a movie theater in the mall. Actually, they have a movie theater in the mall, and so they got another one that I haven't been to because I don't really go to movies. But I've seen some people do videos about another. They got a couple of movie theaters here. And so, yeah, I just never really loved America. And I didn't love the way we were treated as black people. I did not love that. I never loved that. Even as a little girl, and I watched Roots and Queen and all the slave movies and all that, I just never liked how we was treated. I never liked that. So I never was in love with America, to be honest. So when I left and I got to see the other world, I got to see other countries and live in other countries and feel the love and the peace that you feel that I didn't get in America. Then I fell in love with another country outside. I fell in love with the continent specifically because the people look like me, and I'm getting love from people who look like me. That's a feeling that you can't even describe unless you feel it. It's hard to describe that to someone who's never left America because they never got that feeling of acceptance and love from the people in their country. So it's hard to explain until you feel it. And when you feel it, it's like a feeling you never felt before. And you don't want to go back. Yeah. It's beautiful, y'all. It's beautiful to be treated by people that look like you. So nice, so kind, so respectful. Yeah, it's beautiful because in America we're not treated like that. We're not treated like that at all. We got to fight for everything. We on these jobs being mistreated, being taken advantage of, being talked to any kind of way, being looked down on, going to stores, think we stealing, treating us like we want to steal, like all kind of stuff. You don't get none of that. You don't get none of that when you leave. You don't get none of that on the continent. You don't get none of that. And it's a breath of fresh air, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, y'all. So, no, I don't ever want to go back to living around people who treat me like I'm a second-class citizen when I can be in a country where people treat me like I'm a first-class citizen. And, of course, we do have a little privilege because we come with the USD and stuff. We do have a little bit of privilege outside, but you don't have to act like a Mzungu. You don't have to act like be rude and stuff. You can be humble with it. You can be appreciative with it. You can be kind with it. Thankful, grateful with it. You don't have to, be rude about, because other people might have less than you or whatever. And nobody don't have to be rude about it. Like me, I don't have a whole lot, but I have a lot more than some people. A lot of people, because it's a large, poverty level all across the world, but some African countries. So we come here with the USD, so we have a little bit more. But you can still be kind and be nice, be kind. You get that kindness, that sweetness, that niceness. You give it back. Don't be stupid now. Use wisdom. Don't be taken advantage of. But just appreciate the beautiful treatment that you get, because you don't get this beautiful treatment in America. You go places to get your feet done, and I don't get all that stuff done. But if you get your feet done and your hair done, all this stuff, they're not scared to touch you. In America, you be going to get this stuff done to these foreigner folks. Some of them be acting like they're scared to touch you, like your chocolate gonna rub off on them, or your blackness gonna get off on their white skin. Like, I don't want them people rubbing on me anyway, but I prefer Africans rubbing on me anyway, because their hands are pure. They majority. You do have some that do witchcraft. I ain't gonna lie. So you got to be careful with that. But for the most part, their melanin is good. Their melanin is good. They ain't putting them cold, clammy, non-melanated hands rubbing on you, taking your essence away from you. They ain't doing that. Unless they, hopefully, you got to be careful now. Some people do little witchcraft. That's all over the world. It ain't only in Africa. It's in America too. It's just different on the continent. The witchcraft on the continent is on another level. It's on another level. It's different, because they do it in America. Y'all know all of Hollywood and the media, all that stuff is witchcraft, manipulation, mind control, brainwash, all that. But on the continent, yikes, it's different. It's different. You just got to be careful. You can't let people be rubbing on you, and all in your hair, and all cooking your food. You got to be careful. Washing your clothes, got to be careful. So, but yeah, hopefully you've heard stories. Stay prayed up, yes, and use wisdom. Stay prayed up and use wisdom. Like me, I stay prayed up. I do everything for myself. I don't have no helpers, nobody in my house. I do all my own stuff. My own cooking, my own cleaning, washing clothes, my own hair, my own nails, everything. I don't let nobody rub and touch on me. I'm funny about that. Because I don't know what your hands been. I don't know what your God is with your hands. You could be worshiping idols with your hands. You could be doing witchcraft with your hands. Your hands could be cursed. I can't let people be rubbing on me like that. I don't know that. So I'm on the safe side. I do that for myself, because I know my hands are clean. So yeah, you got to keep that stuff in mind. The hands can be unclean if they are doing things in the dark. If you are the child of the light, you are the chosen. You are an Israelite, but a child of the Most High, uncreated Creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then you can't be letting people who do witchcraft put their hands on you and rubbing your hair and on your skin, because your hair can fall out, your skin can break out, you can get diseases. You can't. It's important that the hands be clean. And not only washing clean, but spiritually clean, not unclean with witchcraft and stuff. You got to be careful with that on the continent. See, Oma, I am just having too many folks. That's right. That's right. You gotta be, when you come to the continent, that's something that you have to understand, that it's important to understand the spiritual aspect of it. Some people, a lot of our people in America don't understand that part when they come to the continent. It's very spiritual. So, you know, you got to use wisdom. You got to use wisdom. So I've seen some things happen to people who don't use wisdom. You got to be careful who you let in your house and all that. Just be careful who's trying to touch on your hands, and yeah, and people will be unclean spiritually, and that can spread to people too. So you just got to be mindful when you come to the continent, because it's a very spiritual place. It's peaceful as it is on the continent. In a lot of countries, specifically Tanzania, is very peaceful. But when you sleep at night, you can have a whole you can have so much going on at night that when you wake up, you can feel like you ain't had no sleep. You can feel like you just ran a marathon and you didn't get no sleep. It's a lot. It's spiritual things happen, because it's very peaceful, but spiritually it's a lot going on in the spiritual realm. So you gotta stay prayed up, be mindful of this, cover yourself in prayer, especially before you go to sleep, because a lot of things happen at night. It does happen at night, and the spirits are more active at night. So a lot of things can happen at night. So you gotta be aware of that. You can get attacks at night. Things can happen to you at night when you're sleeping and all that stuff. How many times have you heard when people fall asleep, they don't never wake up? A lot of things can happen at night. So you got to stay prayed up. Yes, yes it is. It's high spiritual activity a lot on the continent. I look at the continent like, when I say continent, all throughout Africa on the continent, it's the motherland. It's the land of Adam and Eve. This is where the first human beings were created, from the soil. So this is where the serpent deceived the woman. So this stuff is active. Things are like, it's a lot going on spiritually. It ain't only physical. It's a lot spiritually going on, and you got to be aware of that, because things can happen to you when you're sleeping. Like you can be eating and all that. You making covenants, agreements, and all that in your sleep. When you eating and having sex and all that stuff in your dreams, you making covenants when you're doing all this stuff in your dreams. So yeah, it might be peaceful, but you could be going through hell in your dreams when you sleep. And so you got to know these things. A lot of that stuff can happen. It can happen in the States, but this continent is very spiritual. So you got to know that. You got to know that. Operate in another. That's true. CL 04. That's true. You have to be mindful when you come, and cover yourself in prayer, especially before you sleep. I think that's why I stay up late. Right? It's 12:50 a.m. and I'm wide awake. I'm a night person, and I'm kind of glad I am, because spirits are more active at night here. It's just all over, I think, but spirits are more active at night, and I like to be awake. If anything, if I could be awake at night and sleep during the day, I probably would, because I feel more. I like to be up when spirits are active. I like to be up and aware and alert. Like, not that I can see, but I like to be in my right mind. In my right mind, to where and before I sleep, I do cover myself in prayer. But it'd be a lot y'all be a lot going on spiritually. I've encountered some spiritual things that happen here, and it'd be a lot going on. So you have to, if you come to the continent, hopefully you're a spiritual person, and hopefully you are believing in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because if you're doing other stuff, then you can get in a bad situation, especially if you're coming from America and you're doing some spiritual stuff over here, and you're not used to how the spiritual stuff happens. Because the dark stuff over here is very strong, and if you playing with that in America, it's gonna be different when you come over to the continent messing with that stuff. It's a different. It's on another level. So hopefully you worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's all I can say, because otherwise you won't really be protected. Sometimes dark, I guess they have agendas, these dark people, but I don't be focusing on that. I just think about me, that I follow the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I don't worship nobody else, nothing else, no ancestors, nobody else. I understand we do have ancestors. Their blood run through my veins. My ancestors, my forefathers sojourned in Africa on a continent somewhere, so I know I have them, but that's the extent of it. That's the extent of it. So, you gotta be careful with stuff, because a lot of stuff happens spiritually. So, but that's basically it. Other than that, everything is beautiful, peaceful. Yeah, but we got to use wisdom. I'm here to help people adjust. Yes, the Most High covers us. Yes, that's right. Keep your head up, witchcraft stone over here. Hi, Goo Queka. Hi. So it is strong. So, but you know who you are, and you do have angels watching over you and protecting you, and cover yourself in prayer, and you make sure that you keep your hands clean and your heart pure, because only those with clean hands and a pure heart can see our Maker's face. Our Maker, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the great I am, the one who gave you the breath of life. Whether you believe in him or not, it's his breath in your lungs, and that's the reason that you are alive right now. Because once he snatches it away, then you are gone to another realm. Yeah, so, yeah, hopefully at this point people know that. Yes, hallelujah. So that's what I believe on this channel. We worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on this channel. We worship the great I am on this channel. We worship the God that created the universe, not the universe, but the God who created the universe. Why are you worshiping the universe when you should worship the one who created it all? He created the sun, the moon, the stars, and the universe. So don't worship the creation, worship the creator. That's what we do on this channel. You are very welcome. Karibu Sun. Till infinity 100. Yeah, but you're very welcome. So glad that you jumped in. I'm glad that I could chit chat with you. Don't forget to thumbs up the live stream. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately, and I think I mentioned, it seems like YouTube is sharing my live streams more than my videos. My videos ain't been really getting a lot of shares, and I know I haven't really been talking about stuff that's very super interesting, I guess, but sometimes it's hard to think of what to talk about because everybody's talking about the same stuff, and I don't want to be like doing videos talking about the same exact stuff that other people are talking about. And it's usually current events or what's going on in the US or whatever. But if I do videos talking about things that are going on in the universe, I mean things that are going on in the US, not the universe, things that are going on in the US, I try to focus on the diaspora or the expats or repats the ones that want to leave America to come here, and how it impacts them inside America, and then, you know, especially if you want to come out. So I try to keep that focus because my goal is to help people who want to come here. If you're interested, it may be a single solo traveler, and I don't want you to feel like you're scared, you're nervous, you're by yourself. It's a lot of us that have done it. A lot of single solo women in Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana. It's different places, and so you can do it too. You don't have to feel scared or nervous because you're by yourself. It's a good lot of us, and we, I may not be in like a group per se, because I'm not in any groups like that, but I have a community. So it's a group of people that I know that we do things together, single women. So I know couples too, but of course it's wiser for the couples to do the couples thing and for the single people to do the single thing. And so that's kind of what we do. The women, we kind of group together and do single things together, like tea, coffee, go out to eat in restaurants, mall, shopping, different stuff like that, beach, stuff like that. We do it as a group, if of people who want to go. I mean, for me, I'm used to doing things by myself. I've done all of it by myself, but I've been inviting people lately because, sometimes they might feel lonely. They're here without their family. They might want to be like, have a little group, to have other people to talk to. So we do things together just to make them feel, not so lonely, missing their family, or whatever the case might be. Can keep your head. Say, can you do cooking? I'll try to do that because I do cook a lot. I'll try to think of how I can set it. I don't even think about it half the time when I start cooking. And the camera, I don't even think about it. I have all the stuff put. I'm gonna start trying to do it though. Maybe I start doing some cooking videos. But if I do it, it'll probably be on my other channel. I got a backup channel, and I'm trying to grow that channel. Right now on that channel, I have 300 subscribers, and I'm trying to get that one monetized. So I might do that cooking on that channel. This one I'm trying to keep focused on, like helping people doing business, vlogging when I do, and project a little bit. So I'm trying to keep this one specific to helping people, but the other one I can do more personal, like cooking and hobbies and all that stuff. So I'm trying to keep those two channels separate. So this one is mainly focused on helping people who want to come. And so, letting them know, if they want to come, they can reach out to me at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. I do consultations for visiting, resettling, doing business, and yeah. So I can help you. I've helped so many people. I've been doing consultations, y'all, since October of 2020. So that's been five years. And so I've been doing consultations for a while, and I know I've helped a lot of people. Some have stayed, but some have left. Some have gone to other countries. Some have gone back to the U.S. Some have stayed. Most of the ones that have stayed are the retired ones. Of course, since they have income where they can stay long term, get retirement permits, or they just travel around the continent. So, yeah. But what's the channel? I'm subscribed. I'm subscribed, sis. Okay. It's called. I can't never. Let me look at my other phone. Let me look at my phone, y'all. I can't never remember that. I think it's Starting Over at 50 Life in Africa. Let me pull it up just to make sure. Because every time I talk about my backup channel, I keep saying it wrong. Because I've changed the name of it like 3 times. I ain't gonna lie. But let me pull it up. Let me look at it to make sure. It is. You're welcome. It is. Looking at my other phone, y'all. Let me change it. New Beginnings. It's called New Beginnings in the Motherland. See, it was life at 15. You see what I said it was? It's New Beginnings in the Motherland. I'm going to type it. Subscribe to my backup channel. I just did a video on there too the other day, y'all, called New Beginnings in the Motherland. That's my backup channel. Thanks, sis. And I just did a video called Gen Xer Living Her Best Life in Tanzania. And so I'm going to start trying to do more personal videos on there, because I'm trying to keep the business, like I said, focused on this channel with consultations, business, Tanzania stuff, and a little bit of vlogging, a little bit, and advice for people who are wanting to leave America and come. So that's what this channel. But this one, the other one, is more of my personal relationship, learn lesson, living my life, just more personal stuff on the other channel. So yeah, and I'm trying to get the other channel monetized. See, we got to have streams of income when you're here. So yeah, if one channel monetized, that's cool. Try to get you another channel monetized. Like some people have 3 channels monetized. I'm trying to get the other one monetized. I mean, just for streams of income. So if you have streams of income, it's different. You know, one, you can't get money from one source, you get another one. You can't get money from that source, you have another one. So it's good to have different streams of income from different sources. So if you're short on one, you get, so it's good to do that. So you might have like consultations, or you might have a digital product, or you might have a class you're teaching, or you might have a business, something. I mean, just have different things you're doing to generate income, whether it's boots on the ground in the country that you're in, or online, or, you know, some people have retirement, some people have pensions, some people have Social Security, some people have child support, some people have this, like, different streams of income would be helpful. Thanks, sis, for subscribing. Thank you, CL appreciate it. Yeah, so you gotta be like a hustler. Use your skills that the Most High, our uncreated Creator, has given you to make money. I mean, we use our skills to make money for other people, help other people get rich in Mzungu land. We can do that for Mzungu white person land. We can do that for ourselves on the continent, or in the Caribbean, Brazil, wherever our people are, to help them some kind of way to enrich their life, to share knowledge with them. You can do something to help your people. So that's what I want to do. I'm happy to be able to use my own skills, my own education, knowledge, degree, experience, everything that I've, you know, travel, experience, advice, to help me to, you know, sustain myself, as well as help our people. Because I've been helping white people all my life. It's time for me to help my own black people, my own African people, my own people in America, or my own brothers and sisters that were dispersed throughout the 4 corners of the earth. May want to come back to the continent. I want to use my skills for the rest of my life to help my people. I've been giving away our gifts and talents to other people already. It's time for us to start focusing on ourselves, our own communities, our own people. So that's my spiel. So I guess that's all for now. I guess I'll end this live stream. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me, to jump in, to see what I got going on. We're ending on a positive note. Started off a little heavy. I was feeling a little stressed out when I saw that Israel bombed Iran, or Iran, however you want to pronounce it. I felt stressed out about that, as well as that about the Ayatollah Khomeini, what happened to their leader. That stressed me out too, because I'm like, that's not good. That's not good at all. We can't come back from that. That's a declaration of war for sure, for sure, for sure. So I was feeling a little stressed out for my people. I was feeling stressed out for the ones that's outside. I shouldn't be stressed out, because I already know what the Bible says. I already know what the end is going to be, but I'm still human, and I was feeling anxiety. I was like, I got to say something. I got to advise them. I got to say something. So I feel better now. I got it all out. You're welcome, Siama. You're welcome. Thank you so much, everyone who jumps in, everyone who supports me. You guys know who you are. Thank you so much. Keep your head up. And Siama and others, thank you so much for always talking to me, jumping in and chatting with me, and coming to see what I got going on. I got 14 people viewing, and I know all 14 people are not chatting, but Thank you, chat, for listening to what I got going on. Hopefully you get something out of it. You take something from it. And so I did drop my Cash App, my PayPal. I take donations. Thank you very much. This will help me with my life in Africa and me helping others to do, to live a life of peace, freedom, and safety outside of, AKA the house of bondage, America, AKA the house of bondage, Babylon, the land of wars, causing war all over the world. It's really sad. And the Epstein crew, people might want to leave the country with the Epstein crew. Come on out of there, because them people gonna burn. They gonna burn, I'm telling you. So thank you so much, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next live stream, next video. Make sure you still subscribe. My people have been being unsubscribed. A lot of the black content creators have been complaining about losing subscribers. So you guys know we are always, truth tellers are always. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you for the donation. You are very welcome to my channel. I didn't even really know you were on, so you are welcome. Thank you so much, sis. It's so sweet. Let me put a heart. I don't know if I can put a heart. I don't know. I guess I can't put a heart, but thank you. And so yeah, but anyway, you're welcome, and I guess I'll see you guys. Make sure you're still subscribed, and I'll try to think of a video I can do tomorrow, but it's so much going on every day, y'all. And I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see them files that Iran threat blackmailed Trump about. You know, the files, the Epstein files with his pictures. We might wake up tomorrow and, well, I might wake up tomorrow and those might be online. So I guess that's something else we're going to be looking at, maybe some pictures. So I guess we'll see. So thank you so much, guys, and I guess I'll end it, and I chat. See you guys later, and I'll do another video soon. Shalom, salama, peace, family.